I put together a complete video recording kit, including a camera, lens, SD card, tripod, and audio for less than $200. This is a great kit for getting started with recording social media content like YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, as well as really any other types of video recording you need to do, as long as it fits in the constraints of this kit. So without further ado, let's introduce the $200 video kit. So for the camera and lens, I chose a Sony NEX 3N with an 18 to 55mm kit lens. Now you can find these bundled together used for right around $150 to $175. I got mine from eBay, but I would recommend checking out eBay, mpb.com, as well as keh.com. Those are the three best online places to find used cameras and camera gear. This camera can record 1080p video at 24 frames per second, which is perfect for standard video recording like this. However, you won't be able to record any sort of slow motion video with this camera. This camera also has a flip screen on it, so if you're vlogging or recording yourself, like in a setting that I am right now, the screen will flip up so you can see yourself and make sure you're in focus and the exposure's right and everything like that. So next up, audio. This one is a little bit tricky because the Sony NEX 3N doesn't have a microphone input, and the mics that are built into this camera aren't very good quality. They're not terrible, they're not the worst things. However, I'm sure you'll see a comparison coming up a little bit later in this video, so stay tuned for that. But for this kit, I decided to use my phone to record audio. So really, if you have any sort of newer phone, it's gonna have better audio quality than the NEX 3N, because of course it's a phone, it's meant to have good quality microphones for when you're talking on the phone. So really any newer-ish phone will have better audio quality. But also a plus to this is you can bring your phone a lot closer than you can with the camera. The camera you're gonna wanna set, however it looks best for the video, but typically it's gonna be kind of far from you. Like right now, my camera's about an arm's length and a half away, so it's definitely a little bit far, and if I did use the audio directly from my camera, you'd hear a lot of just everything all around me and other noises, and it'd be really echoey. So I have a microphone a lot closer to me just out of the frame, and that's essentially what I did with my iPhone for audio recording with this. I just used the standard built-in audio recording app on my phone and then just got it as close as I could while still being out of the frame. Now the downside to this is you will have to sync up your audio with your video in your editing software, which will add a little bit of time to your process. However, it's kind of a needed workaround with this budget. It's pretty much going to be impossible to find a camera in this budget that has a microphone input, as well as buying a microphone as well that still fits in this budget. So using your phone microphones while getting as close as you can is going to be the best audio quality you can get in this budget. Alright, next up, tripod. So for this, I actually chose this really cheap tripod from Amazon. It costs like $8.50. And I did make a specific video about it, which I'll link down in the description. You can get away with this tripod, however, it's not very good quality. It's really not good for much except just setting your camera and just letting it go and not moving it at all. Again, watch that video link in the description if you want to learn more about this tripod, but this is the one I chose because it's really all that fit in my budget here. However, if your budget allows for it, I would recommend buying two of these tripods. One for the camera and then one to actually put your phone on, so you can pull it a lot closer to you, just out of frame wherever you can, just so that you can get the best audio quality possible and have your phone just set right up on a tripod there like a microphone would. Next up for the SD card, I went with a SanDisk Extreme 32GB. You can pick this up on Amazon for right around $13, and 32 gigabytes will give you plenty of storage for recording 1080p video out of this camera. And then lastly, there's two more items that if you have an extra $50 to spend, they would definitely help to spice up your videos and give you a little bit of extra flexibility with video recording. And so the first thing is this iFootage C4 LED light. This is a tiny little rechargeable RGB light from iFootage, and you can use this to put in the background of your videos to help spice it up a little bit, give you a little extra touch of light. Or in some cases, you can even use it as a key light. Like if you're lighting a really small object to get B-roll of, this can be used as a key light for that. That little splash of light will kind of help spice up your background and just make your videos look a little bit better. And the best thing about it is this light is only $50. And then the next thing that you could get to spice it up just a little bit as well is a Tiffin Black Pro Mist filter. So you can get these used on eBay for right around $50 as well. And if you don't know what a Black Pro Mist filter is, I would recommend looking into it and just seeing what they do. However, it essentially softens your image just a little bit and gets rid of that digital edge on your footage. It doesn't really do much to your footage, but I think it just gives it that little bit of extra spice that really makes your footage look good. But keep in mind, if you want to fit in that $50 budget, you will have to buy one of these used. New, they're right around $90 to $100. And so that's it on the breakdown of the $200 video kit, plus a couple extras if you have a little bit of a higher budget. But now it's time to see what this video kit can actually do. Alright, so I'm recording right now with the NEX3N, 18 to 55mm lens, and then for lighting, all I'm using for lighting is a huge sliding glass door that we have right next to my desk. And then back there you can see the little accent light. It's actually that $50 iFootage light. Now if you don't have the budget for that, you can always use a lamp, which I'm sure you probably have a lamp laying around your house somewhere that you can put in the background. Or you don't even really need an accent light. You can still get a great looking video just like this with one single window light on the side that kind of lights everything up on its own. Now what I would recommend is putting it off to the side a little bit. So you can see it's lighting this side of my face more than this side. That kind of gives it a little bit of a better looking image than if it was just a straight on flat light where there's no shadows, there's no structure to really anything. Having the light off to one side, just a little bit like this, just gives it more of a natural lighting quality to it, and I think it looks better. Of course, this is 100% up to you how you want to light your image, but this is what it looks like with just a window light lighting me and lighting everything besides the accent light. I'm actually gonna go ahead and turn that off and show you what it looks like without the accent light if that isn't a part of your budget and you just have the camera, lens, and a window. Alright, so this is what it's like with the NEX3N kit lens at about 24mm and just the sliding glass door is lighting me, and then I have two computer screens in the background, but that's not really creating much light besides just a little bit of a background. And this is what it looks like. I would say you could definitely get away with this for starting out with YouTube, content creation, TikTok, Instagram, whatever you want to record videos for, and even photos. This camera takes fantastic looking photos as well. I think image wise you can definitely get away with this for starting out with content creation. Now in terms of audio, I'm actually recording with my iPhone 14, just using the voice memos in the app. I have it just outside of the screen, like probably about an inch outside of the frame here. So it's definitely closer than the camera is. And the iPhone and pretty much most newer phones are gonna have better microphones as well because they're phones, they're literally built to have good microphones built into them. While a camera that's over 10 years old really isn't gonna have the best quality built-in microphones. But I'm sure you've seen kind of a back and forth comparison between the phone mic, the camera mic, to kind of see how big of a difference there is between these two. Alright, so this is a sort of a vlogging test with the NEX3N and the 18 to 55. This is zoomed all the way up to 18mm. Full arm's length away, my arm's like fully stretched out right now. This looks not bad actually. I'm on, let's see, ISO 200 f4 and 1/50th shutter, so there's not a whole lot of background separation behind me, but it really doesn't look bad. Once the lighting's right, I kind of have lighting all over the place. Here I have a lantern softbox and then light right there, so the more I turn, the more it's just totally different. But if I get the lighting, let's see, right around here, this looks pretty good. This doesn't look bad at all. As for focus, it's sort of hard to tell at arm's length away with this small of a screen. It's set to face priority, so it should be focusing on my face, hopefully, but I guess you'll know better than me. And then of course OSS is on, so that's kind of how, how much camera shake there is. It doesn't look like a whole lot on the screen, but again, on, a bigger screen than this, you might notice it more. I'll kind of walk around a little bit so you can see what it's like when you're actually walking around. Of course the lighting's gonna change, but it should get brighter right around now. There we go. Just walking around at normal speed and stuff. I mean, it honestly doesn't look bad. Like I would say this is usable. In terms of audio, I don't know about that. That's gonna be your judgment right now while you're watching this. I can't imagine the audio is gonna be good. And I think that's really the biggest downside of this camera. There's no microphone input to be able to put a decent quality microphone on it. So to get any sort of audio, you need a totally different device to record sound, which is of course what the phone's for. But I can't really use the phone in a vlogging situation like this. I don't know where I'd really put it to get better audio than this. So that's kind of the issue with this, but I just wanted to show you a vlogging test like this. If this is the type of content you want to produce, more of a run and gun, just walking around, filming whatever you're talking about. Here's a Rode wireless go right here. Just a vlog type video. That's why I wanted to show you this, just to give you a little bit of an idea of what that's gonna look like and sound like. So that's it for the $200 video kit. I really hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it helped you out. Let me know in the comments if you made it to the end, as well as if you're gonna buy this kit to record videos with and what types of videos you're planning on recording. But that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next video.